Hey guys, so it's June 11th and I just realized something. I am currently in the process of packing for a at least 1 week trip, if not 2 full weeks. The reason why it's kind of undecided is because we do a work trip every year to Oregon, and then we kind of take our time either going up to the trip or coming down. And this year we are taking our time kind of coming back to home after the trip is done. So we're just kind of taking whatever days we have. It could be 3 days, it could be 4 days, it could be 5 days, it could be 6 days. So we don't really have a specified timeline for when we have to come back just yet, but we're gonna be gone for quite a while. And I'm posting all of this stuff afterwards, so that way I don't have to worry about rantos knowing that my house is gone and empty for 2 weeks. But that's neither here than there. Like, we're just gonna cut that part out because there's no reason to actually talk about that. But anyways, the reason why we're talking about anything right now and having extra videos and doing it in this format is because of this beautiful little book right here. This is Claiming My Mate, book 1 of the Wolf Hollow Shifters romance series book. The Wolf Hollow Pack, book 1. I can speak words. I know my books. I know my stories. It's fine. So the reason why we're talking about this beauty right here is because I am currently in the middle of writing book 5. You can see from all of my profiles, I am chronicling all of the daily word counts that I have been doing to write and finish book 5, the first draft. Now that I realized and I'm aware that I am currently in the middle of packing for this big long road trip, and also realized that I am probably less than 5,000 words from finishing this draft. Realizing that I want to do something crazy and probably really dumb, but we're gonna try it. I'm gonna bring you along with me in my attempt to finish the first draft of this book today, so that way I can print it out and take it along the road with me and be able to do some edits on the road instead of drafting. I don't know how this is gonna go. We have been having a lot of struggle when it comes to focus and attention and actually sitting down and doing the work that needs to be done. And I still have all of the things that were on my to-do list before I decided to do this little experiment, make my life harder challenge. But so that's kind of where I'm at. We got to get up at like 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. It is currently 10:40 right now, and my husband is out doing some filming stuff on his own in the desert. So I have at least a little bit of time before he comes back. I could probably sneak in a 20-minute sprint and see how many words and how far I can get on this draft. So I think that's what we're gonna do right now. And then we'll get back to actually packing our suitcase and getting stuff ready and to go for this trip, and then see if I can sneak in another 20-minute sprint and kind of go from there and see how well this goes and see if I can finish this draft today. Not at all what I had planned at the beginning of the day, and we definitely have a headache brewing. I'm really hoping it doesn't morph into a migraine, but we'll see where it goes from here. So I'll check back in. Let's jump on a little sprint. my first 25-minute sprint is done, and I ended up writing 773 words, which is a really good sprint for me. That's about average. Sometimes I get way more, like in the 860 to 910 range, and sometimes I get about 650. So 773 is about average for me. It's in that range. And I am gonna go finish packing, getting some stuff ready for our road trip, and then I will be back with yet another sprint. Yes, I realize the AC is on and I am in a completely different outfit. However, it is the same day and it's 103 outside, so the AC will not be turning off. But I needed to run to Walmart for the finalization of the packing. I got about halfway through. And so let's go pick up a couple of quick things and then get back to the writing. Oh, by the way, it is 12:30, so it's been about an hour or so since I finished my first sprint. Not proud about that, but we got distracted and now we're attempting to lock back in. Let's go. Okay, we are officially home. It is 1:03, so that took me a little bit, like 30 minutes because the medication that I needed to pick up for migraines took a while. So we got medication, we got lunch, we got little travel-sized bottles for our trip. We're gonna go inside, get all of that put away, have a little bit of lunch, and get our next writing sprint started. So let's go. Okay, so we're back at our desk. Lunch was had. We did not finish packing or get all of that stuff put away, but it is 1:25 and I've been away from this desk long enough. If I want to achieve my goal of finishing this rough draft, I gotta get another sprint in. We're at the end. Excuse me. We're at the end, and I am considering / trying to figure out if this story is going to continue to follow the outline. Please don't kick the tripod, Ollie. It doesn't quite feel like it's going to finish the last 2 or 3 points. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. But I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing. We're wrapping up, we're getting towards the end, and obviously, like, this is already the end point of the story, so it's not really a bad thing, but I don't know. We're just gonna see. Let's do another 25-minute sprint, and my dog is very unhappy that we're gonna sit here for 25 minutes, but I'm not. I'd like to get this draft done, so let's get going. Okay, it is now 2:05. I completely got distracted on that one. I managed to get 162 words before I got distracted and pulled into a different direction. I had to finalize a couple of things today, actually, for something for my day job to be able to get some funds and stuff for my classroom. So I finished that, sent that in. I did a little bit of doom scrolling. I will say I did doom scroll. I need to lock back in. Like, I'm very, very, very close to finishing this rough draft, and I know I can get it done today. I just need to do it because I still have not finished anything or gotten anything off of my list today, and there's still so much going on. So let's do like a 15-minute sprint and see how many words I can get there, because 15 minutes doesn't feel as long as the 25 minutes. And then once I finish that sprint, we'll go finish packing my suitcase, and then maybe we can do another 10-minute sprint in between that, and then go finish the dishes. because dishes definitely need to be done before we leave. But yeah, I think that's the game plan. Do a 15-minute sprint now, finish suitcase packing, 10-minute sprint, dishes. So let's go. Okay guys, this is what I'm talking about. Quick 15-minute sprint, and I ended up writing 578 words, which much better than the sprint before that. So we're gonna go get the suitcase packed up and finished and do a little bit more work with the husband and make sure he's good, and then we'll come back and do a 10-minute sprint and get that going. But we're making progress. I actually think I have one more chapter. I have one more chapter after this, and I think that's about maybe 1,500 words. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm terrified. I'm nervous. This is exciting. I think I'm gonna be done. I think I'm gonna do it. Okay, let's go get stuff done so I can get back and get some more writing done. Hey guys, so it is currently 3:50 and we've got the suitcase about 80% packed. We're finishing up some laundry and making sure that stuff is ready to go, and then that'll go in and finalize the suitcase. So that's about as much as I can do right now. I'm gonna do a 10-minute sprint, so about 4:01 or so should be the end of it, and then I gotta go do dishes and get those finished and put away and drying so I can get the rest of them put away. But we're making some good progress. I really want to finish this today. I know I've been talking about it a lot, but this draft has been with me for a couple of years. I don't think I started it until 2024. I don't even remember when I started it, but I did spend some time in a different draft of different manuscript for a different story that is in this interconnected world. So this story was always going to happen. It just kind of got put on the back burner for a little bit, and then I came to it. So we're ready to get this done and moving forward, and being able to print off my manuscript, which is always one of the best parts of writing. Being able to see the completed story in a printed off stack of words is always so amazing. So let's see if I can get this done early enough, and maybe I can get it printed at Staples. But if not, then we'll have to print it at home and throw it in one of our resident binders. But 10-minute sprint on the docket. 10-minute sprint done. I ended up getting 341 words. Oh wait, maybe 241? 341. So I'm pretty happy with that, especially in 10 minutes. And I'm just about done with this chapter. We've got one more kind of big thing to go, and then it'll be the last chapter, and then it will be done. And honestly, the way I'm thinking about it, the last chapter, I think, is going to be even smaller. I don't think it's going to be a full chapter, especially because this POV, we're not getting full chapters from him, because the main part of the story is happening with the other characters. But I kind of have to bring him back in so we see his side of the story, because it's also important. It's just not the main point just yet. So far today, I have written 1,854 words. We're gonna see if I can finish this draft today. All right. I will talk to you guys after I get all of these dishes done. Bye. Hey, so it's currently 5:10 and I'm like 90% of the way done with the dishes. I still have to get all of the cups washed, but we're gonna head out and get my car washed and cleaned on the inside before this big old storm hits. So we're gonna go do that, come back. I'll probably finish the dishes then, and then hopefully get back to writing. So We got a little bit more to go, but we're making really good progress so far. So I'm not at all mad. Hi, it's 7:04 at night. I don't want to write any more today, but I really want to finish this book, and I have a little bit of extra time. And we have some more stuff that we have to finish, but we got the car washed, we got the garage kind of sorted out so I could put my car in the garage. We just need to finish, like, put stuff in the car, and then we need to put the last load of laundry away / finish packing it. Because we still have stuff to do, and because I really don't want to do this, I am going to take this time and make it a 10-minute, oh, I know how to do time, 10-minute timer. Sit, type for 10 minutes, and then we'll go from there. Okay, here we go. So that was a 10-minute sprint, and I ended up getting 325 words. So yeah, this is the 10-minute sprints are going to be the way to go, because if that's all I need, like, if I can just get 300 words over and over and over again, like, then I could be done. And I know I keep saying this, but I really want to be done. So we have made progress in this chapter. Again, we're nearing the end. I think I only have one more scene in this chapter, because it's gonna be a scene that leads us further into the next book. And then I'll have the last chapter, which is the other point of view, and that really kicks us off into the next book even more, and then I will be done. So I am gonna put, you know what, I'm not even gonna take a break, because if I take a break, it's gonna be like an hour until I come back, and it's already 7:20. So let's put 15 minutes on the clock right now. And 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Let's just do 10 minutes. I can do 10 minutes. I can do hard things. 10 minutes is fine. I really don't want to write it anymore. Like, the writing is not hard. It's really going well, and I'm, like, really excited about how this is progressing, and the fact that it's getting there, and I'm, like, getting to the point where I'm almost done and I just want to be finished. So I keep wanting to write, but also I can go sit on my couch and read, or, you know, just scroll on my phone or watch Bob's Burgers, because who doesn't want to watch Bob's Burgers? But I really want to be done. So 10 minutes on the timer. Get that a go in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, I can do 10 minutes. You can do anything for 10 minutes, right? 10 minutes. I honestly forgot that timer was going the last time. So, you know, that's fine. Let's just keep going. Another 10-minute sprint in, 437 words. I am at the end of this chapter, and I'm trying to figure out, because there's still more information that I need from this POV, the female POV. And I'm trying to figure out if I need to make a second chapter after my next chapter to give that little bit of information, or if I just don't want to and just kind of can get that scene into the next book. I don't know, because I feel like it could hit, but it also could hit, you know, it'd be a good kind of step into the second book and kick off with that POV and that scene. Essentially, they're getting information about, like, what to expect and what's coming their way, but the male POV is getting that information as well from a different source, so the reader will know what to expect and knows what's coming So, and I don't want to do both of them, I guess. I think I think I'm convincing myself. I think it's gonna work. I think this conversation will be part of book 2, will be the opening of book 2 for that POV. And then the next chapter will be our male POVs, and he just explains what we're gonna expect to see. And that'll be a good tie-in to the next book. So that means that I have like 5 sentences, if that, in this chapter to just wrap this chapter up and be done, and then move into the next POV. And that will be the last chapter. And I think that chapter is, so far chapters have been anywhere from, they've been all over the place in this book, but they've been anywhere from about 1,200 words to, I think my biggest one is like 2,500 to 3,000 words or something like that. I tend to keep them around the 14 to 16, some of them maybe 18. So these are really big chapters, and that's not normal for me, but that means that I'm doing a lot of writing and there's a lot of information coming. I've officially hit 54,428 words in this manuscript, which means that I will surpass 55,000 words in this manuscript for this draft. So I'm really excited for that. It feels robust. It feels like a big manuscript. Let's do another 10-minute sprint. Let's just keep it going. I mean, we don't really need breaks because I took, a couple hours worth of break. And I think we can get this done. It's currently 7:30 p.m. And let's see, if I do another 10 minutes, that'll get me into the last chapter. I think that'll get me about 200 to 300 words into the last chapter. And if I estimate that the last chapter is going to be like, let's just go high, low. Let's just go and say it's 1,000 words for the last chapter. And if I do 200 to 300 in this one, and then I do 300 in the next one, and then I do 300 in the next one, so 3 to 4 more sprints. So in like less than an hour, I could be done with this draft. Let's go. Let's see how long it takes me. All right, starting the clock. I lied to you. I'm so sorry. Not really, but I did. In the last clip, I said I was turning on the timer. I never turned on the timer. So we're gonna turn on the timer before we turn off the video, because then that way the timer will be going and I have no excuse not to follow the timer, because apparently the timer rules me and what I do. So it is 9:40. We're gonna do a 20-minute sprint and then we will jump back on here. We're officially done packing the suitcase. We will need to go and pack the car in a little bit, but 20-minute timer officially started. Here's the record. Let's get going. Okay, I got distracted again. We're finalizing some plans for the trip because things are changing. But with that, 20-minute sprint, I ended up writing 287 words and made it to the next and final chapter. So actually, I can't even start the timer on here because we're actually heading out yet again. When I come back, I will jump on here and start the timer. It is currently 10:11 p.m. So it's gonna be a late night. I'm really hoping that this goes quickly. I'm probably gonna pick out a few words right now while I wait until we actually head out. So we'll get some words written right now, go run our quick errand, come back, and I'll jump on here and start the timer with you guys again. Hey, okay, so it is 10:41. We are back from grabbing drinks. I ended up managing to peck away at another 316 words in about, I want to say about 10 minutes, because I didn't actually time it, but I think it was about 10 minutes. So we're gonna put another 10-minute sprint on the board and see how many words I can get then. We started the timer for proof and accountability, and I will be back to let you know how many words I got then. 537 words in a 10-minute sprint. I think I need one more sprint and then I'm done with this draft. I think I need one more, and it's 11:12 p.m. so I should be done before 11:30, before midnight. I'm so tired. Oh, I don't want to write anymore. Ignore the clutter and everything else. One more sprint. One more. This was a crazy idea, but let's wrap this up. Oh, hold on. I gotta actually do this, otherwise I won't. Crazy ideas are the best. It started. Let's wrap this up. I'm done. Yeah, this is a weird one. The last time I remember finishing a book was, I think it was like 2019 or 2020, and I was in the middle of a writing conference, and it felt like the book kind of came to a close naturally, and I didn't really have any questions about it or where to go from there. Like, it just finished, and that's an experience I've had with a couple of my books, and wrapping them up, at least with the first draft. This one, not so much. Like, I knew kind of what I wanted the ending to be and like where I wanted to kind of launch into for the second book. But I'm like, I'm uncertain, and I don't know if I'm uncertain because I feel like I need to explain more and give more detail and give more information, or if it's because I just haven't done this in so many years and I feel like I'm not in the practice of recognizing when it's enough and it's done. But I'm done. I'm calling it here. This is enough for draft one. It's enough. I'm gonna print it out. Actually, I'm gonna send it to Staples and print it out tomorrow. So I have the manuscript bound because, let me tell you, having it unbound is just a mess. And I am not one to keep that mess from becoming messier. So I'm not the one, I'm not the person. So we're just gonna send it to Staples. We're going to have it bound and be beautiful and easily manageable. I do have a bunch of comments that I wrote while I was kind of drafting the second half of the series, or of this draft, that I'm going to pull out and put, knocking stuff over, and pull out and put into kind of handwritten notes, so that way they're put away, they're not gonna get lost, and I don't have to worry about them messing up when I want to print this manuscript. My game plan is print this tomorrow. I don't know. I've got a couple of avenues of things that I could work on and could do in terms of this series, in terms of getting kind of the story moving forward and doing the next step. So I think I'm gonna sit on it for tomorrow and kind of discuss some of my options and go from there. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. But I'm done. I finished writing. Oh, the total manuscript ended up at 55,582 words. So, yeah, we did it. We made it. We finished my manuscript in one day. Sort of. But thank you so much for joining me, for following along on this crazy journey. It is officially 11:28 p.m. So we did do it within the day, and we had a lot of other stuff and a lot of other errands and a lot of other trips that we took in between everything. But honestly, at the end of the day, if a 10-minute sprint is all I got, 10-minute sprint is what I'm working with, and that's how we crossed the finish line today. So I'm not upset about that. I'm not at all mad. Oh, I can tell you, let's see, when I started writing this morning, was I was all the way back here in chapter 34. So I believe that's it. So sorry for the silence, but the total word count for today was 3,766 words. I did end up taking those in 10-minute sprints, honestly, but the thing that you just saw me do is the control find feature in Google Docs. The way I do that is I actually have 4 dashes or slashes, whatever you want to call them. I guess it's slashes. I do 4 slashes, and then I actually highlight the 4 slashes in a bright green color so that way I don't miss them. But I can do the search feature in Google Docs, put in 4 slashes, and then it'll take me and find every single instance that there is a 4 slash and just go to the last one, and that's where I started my day. I do that for every single new day of writing sessions, not new writing sessions, not new sprints, but every new day gets a 4 slash mark. To do individual writing sprints for that current day, I just do 1 slash and a space in between, because that is just the way my brain works. That's just my writing process. That's just how I do it. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for all of your support and watching all of these videos. I appreciate everything you've done, everything, even just sitting here and hanging out with me in my chaos is so helpful, honestly. It's kept me writing today, and it's gotten me over the finish line. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.